Hello everyone, my name is Longplay. Welcome back to my channel. This afternoon we are going to talk about some ways, some tips that you can avoid, that you can do to avoid paying too much for the home gallery selections. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have. So congratulations, you have decided to build a brand new home. Now, after all the structural design, right, all the structural updates, so to be clear, let's step back a little bit. When you buy a brand new home, right, you choose floor plan, you choose a lot, you choose structural options. So those already add up a couple thousands of dollars on your base price already. Now, coming to the time of home gallery designs, where you can select all the beauties inside the home, right? So you're gonna select the cabinet, you're gonna select the style of the cabinet, the color of the cabinet, the structure of the cabinet, the flooring, how is it laid, what colors, what kind of tile, everything that relating to how to make the house more beautiful, right? Those are the things that we are going to talk today, so that we you can avoid have you can avoid paying too much for those options. Okay, the very first one, do your own research, right? Make a list of what you want. Make a list of what you want and what is the must for you. Always come up with that list. To be honest with you, here's the thing, everybody have a checklist, right? The airport has a checklist, the doctor performing operation has a checklist. um, Driver, you have a checklist of yourself. It's already embedded in your head, right? You have to open the door, you have to start a key, you have to press on the pedal, you have to press on the brake, start the key, change the shift the pedal, and then press on gas to drive, right? So those are the checklists that you follow. It's similarly buying a house. You have to have a checklist. The checklist gonna guide you on what you have to do and not to go over it, right? You have a checklist, you have a budget of what you are going to pay, right? Looking at, here's the tip though. So every builder gonna require an additional update if it's go over a certain limit. And now that limit is different depending on the builders. For example, one of the builders saying that, hey, this is the base price, okay? This like $440,000 is the base price. If all the upgrade is more than, I don't know, for $70,000. Okay, so that means it gives you $40,000 in upgrade, including the structural and all the galleries options, right? If it is more than that, they require you to make additional update. Okay, and that money is going to be extremely difficult to get back if you cancel the contract. So do not over don't think that yes you can do $100,000, $200,000 in upgrade, but remember that if anything happens, that extra money is gonna be extremely difficult to get back. So set your budget. Know what the limit is. Know, and then maybe that become your budget, right? Because when you put in your money, put in your cash, that's a risk, right? So consider that maybe you can spend all those money after the fact, after you already have the house. Maybe that is cheaper, right? So those are the things that you have to consider. So let's talk about home gallery option. You're gonna start with like cabinet, right? You're gonna start, and then you're gonna move on to the kitchen, countertop, and then move on to the bathroom, and then move on to the flooring, and then move on to the electrical. And some builders do the landscaping in the home gallery selection as well. So there's a lot of things for you to consider. So tip number two is make sure that you have a good meal before you come into the home gallery design appointment, so that you have all the energy needed to spend. That's gonna take you 3 or 4 hours completely. So make sure you have enough energy to listen, and then because normally people without enough energy tend to make decisions quickly so that they can get out of the situation, but that's not a good idea if you have to spend $50,000, $60,000. Okay, so those are tips. That is the next tip, okay, that I have. So Uh, Always think about this. Okay, make a list, know your budget, have enough energy. Add the three things already, right? The next one is do your own research. Do your own research on the price of the thing that you must have. For example, if you want to upgrade flooring, okay, do a research on go to Floor& Decor to see, okay, if you choose whatever the flooring, the tile that you like, right? And then what is the cost to install them by yourself? And know that number. You don't have to do it now, right? You don't have to make the decision anything, okay? But know the numbers and then compare with the number that you have to pay at the home gallery design. In one of my experience, the home buyers want to do the tile on the first and second floor, and the total cost of doing by themselves is $15,000 for the tile that they already love, that they want. Okay, $15,000 for 2 floors. But then when the time comes to the home gallery design, the total cost is $7,000. No, I'm sorry, it's $15,000 as well, but only for 1 floor. Okay, only for 1 floor, not 2 floor. Only for 1 floor, and the style of the tile is something that they don't really like 100% compared to the one that they select outside. But again, those are the things that you have to do research, okay, before coming to the home gallery design selection, so that it's easier for you to make the decision right there. Okay. The next tip is always ask the design team, whoever help you with the selection, is what is the timeline that you have to make the final decision. On that day, you only do something on paperwork. There's nothing signature. There's nothing signed yet. Okay. Some people does, some people don't. Some builder don't. So you have to make sure what is the timeline, what is the final deadline, the final day that you can make any changes. Okay. Sometimes you may go through all the lists, right? And then you obviously in a short amount of time you cannot make a clear decision. Maybe you should go back, go home, and then talk to your spouse, to your talk to your spouse and Siri, no, Google Assistant, talk to me. Talk to your spouse, talk to your accountability person, so that they see whether it makes sense for you to do that or not. And then make sure that you make an update within that timeline. Otherwise, you're gonna be out of luck and lock in with that option. Okay, things that normally I would do is things that extremely are very difficult for you to do after the fact. Right, pay attention to those things. Drilling hole, pre-wire, those are the things that are more difficult. Flooring is also, well, minus the fact that it is way more expensive, right? Um, uh, is sometimes is also difficult as well. So consider balance between the cost of saving versus the time that you have to wait before you can move in and then make all the upgrade changes by yourself. Okay, so those are the next thing. Um, um, so those are some tips. Those are 5 tips that I have. Again, make a wish list, make a must list, make a nice to have list. That the thing that you have. Set your own budget. Right. Do your own research. Have enough energy, and make sure that you know about the timeline so that you can change later on. So that you can make a decision. Okay. So here's some fact about a home gallery design as well. You're gonna do a lot of upgrades. You're gonna select a lot of things. Okay, you're gonna select the color of the cabinet. You're gonna select the style, and they're gonna add in a premium package, standard package, which give you a different layout with the one that you're supposed to have. Right, the flooring, the style of the tile, how does it laid, whether you want to update the carpets or you want to upgrade the pad underneath the carpet, um, the color, the painting inside your home. Right? Normally they only paint one layer, so if you want a different color, then that is another update. Okay, bathroom. Cabinet, do you want any upgrade in terms of the layout, the structure of it, right? Do you want the sink to be different? Do you want the faucet to be different? any upgrade on the lighting, right? Any upgrade on the toilet, any upgrade in terms of style and things like that, right? Come back to the kitchen, right? Appliances. Do you want any upgrade? Do you want a higher level of appliances? Do you want stainless steel or not, right? So, and the last thing is price. Your home normally not coming with a appliance, so do you want to have a appliance or not? Right? What style of appliance that you have? So those and electrical as well. By the way, so electrical inside the home, do you want it to be pre-wired with electrical? I highly recommend you to do so because it's going to be extremely difficult to do after the fact. If you decide to do later on, right? And then it's probably cost more as well because they have to drill holes and things like that. So make sure that think about make a list of things that is extremely difficult and you are not willing to sacrifice the time to do so after closing and then do it right now so that it's going to save you a lot of time later on. Okay, so those are the things that I want to share about home gallery design selection, and I am excited to see you in this video. I hope to see you again in tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye bye.